Namaskar and thank you for tuning in to Express News. I'm Mark Lynn. Let's begin. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of various railway projects on Monday in different parts of the country. In a significant move to enhance connectivity in the region, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the new Jammu Railway Division. During his address, the Prime Minister highlighted the progress of Indian Railways, emphasizing the near completion of the mission to fully electrify the railway network. The U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is on a two-day visit to New Delhi. India's External Affairs Minister Jaishankar met Sullivan on Monday. Both leaders continued discussions on deepening bilateral, regional and global cooperation. Minister Jaishankar said that he valued the openness of the conversations in the last 4 years and appreciated Sullivan's personal contribution to forging a closer and stronger India-US partnership. The National Security Advisor Ajay Doval will also meet his US counterpart Jake Sullivan in New Delhi, and the discussions are likely to cover a wide range of bilateral, regional and global issues. Sullivan will visit the Indian Institute of Technology in Delhi, where he will meet young Indian entrepreneurs and deliver remarks on the United States and India building a shared future. India's Ministry of External Affairs responded to airstrikes on Afghan civilians. The MEA's spokesperson Randeep Jaiswal said that India noted the media reports on airstrikes on Afghan civilians, including women and children, in which several precious lives have been lost. The spokesperson Jaiswal added that India unequivocally condemns any attack on innocent civilians. It is an old practice of Pakistan to blame its neighbors for its own internal failures. The Indian Council of Medical Research has responded, in fact it has reported 2 cases of human metapneumovirus. This is in the southern state of Karnataka. Both cases involve infants and they have bronchopneumonia. They were identified through routine surveillance. The Director General of Health Services said that there is no reason to worry. The symptoms are the same as the common cold. India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman chaired a pre-budget meeting with stakeholders and representatives of trade unions on Monday. The discussion focused on the preparation of the Union Budget 2025-26. 9 Bangladeshi nationals staying in the national capital with fake documents have been sent for deportation since New Year. The police teams from the central Delhi district identified the 9 foreign nationals during investigation and document verification. The eastern Indian city of Bhubaneswar is all set to welcome global Indians for the 18th Prasar Bharati Divas, a 3-day mega event scheduled from January 8 to 10. Over 3,500 overseas Indians have registered to participate in the 18th edition of this mega event. The India Infrastructure Finance Company has celebrated 2 decades of infrastructure excellence in India. The National Summit on Infrastructure was organized to deliberate on the road ahead. Speaking at the journey of IIFCL, Nagaraju Madirala, who's the Secretary of Finance, he's asked the organization to fund infrastructure projects at a faster pace to help India on this journey of Viksit Bharat. In a major crackdown against cross-border terrorism, the Border Security Force of India on Sunday recovered a DJI Mavic 3 Classic drone from a sugarcane field along the border in Amritsar district of Punjab. Indian markets ended the week, the first trading session of the week, that is, on a lower note, settling down by 1%, by over 1%, dragged by selling pressure across the counters. The 30-share Sensex, it tumbled as much as 1,258 points, settling at 77,965. The Nifty 50 also lower by 388 points at 26,616. The Nifty Small Cap 100 and Mid Cap 100 indices, they were also down 2.70% and 3.20% respectively. The Asian markets, they started the first full week of 2025 on a shaky note as traders struggled to track the healthy run-up on Wall Street, with minds turning to Donald Trump's second presidency. Sydney, Singapore, Manila, Taipei and Wellington edged up, while Seoul piled on 1.9%, even as South Korea remains gripped by political uncertainty. Tokyo retreated more than 1%, with Nippon Steel taking a hit after US President Joe Biden blocked its proposed $14.9 billion purchase of US steel. Egypt is set to get $1.2 billion from the IMF this month, and this is part of its $8 billion funding program. Oil prices slid on Monday amid a strong US dollar and ahead of key economic data that's due from the US Federal Reserve this week. Brent crude futures dipped 21 cents to $76.3 a barrel. This is after hitting a 6-week high on Friday. US crude was down 19 cents at $73.77 a barrel after Friday's 6-week high close. The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is expected to resign this week amid growing dissent in his Liberal Party. Trudeau's popularity has dropped recently, with his government barely surviving no-confidence votes in the past. South Korea's military claims that North Korea launched a ballistic missile into the East Sea on Monday. South Korea responded to North's missile launch by firing a ballistic missile into the sea as a show of strength. The outgoing U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is in South Korea for talks with officials, including the acting president Choi Sang-mok. Blinken and his South Korean counterpart Cho Tae-yul condemned Pyongyang's missile launch, calling it a violation of UN resolutions. Japan's Defense Minister General Nakatani said North Korea's missile tests threaten regional and global security. Israel and Hamas are still negotiating a ceasefire agreement to end the fighting and release hostages. Hamas says it approved a list of hostages for exchange, but Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he says he hasn't received it. Russia claims Ukraine launched a counter-attack in the Kursk border region after months of tension. The IAEA reported loud blasts near Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant amid drone attack concerns on Monday. US President Joe Biden signed a law. It boosts retirement payments for some public pension retirees. The outgoing President Joe Biden criticized President-elect Donald Trump for trying to end birthright citizenship, calling it awful. Now, Biden urged Americans to remember January 6 Capitol attack, calling it a shared obligation. Jorge Rodriguez was re-elected as the president of Venezuela's National Assembly on Sunday during the opening session of the 2025 legislative period. In his swearing-in, Rodriguez vowed to defeat extremism to defend Venezuela's sovereignty. Austria's newly appointed conservative leader, he says, they're ready to negotiate with the far-right Freedom Party and to form a new government after coalition talks with the Social Democrats and Liberals have broken down. The Conservative Chancellor, Karl Nehammer, he has broken off talks on Sunday to form a government without the FPO, which had won the national elections in September for the first time. Malaysia's appeals court has granted permission to the former Prime Minister Najib Razak to seek documents that will allow him to move into house arrest. Campaign begins in Ecuador for February's general elections. The candidate Luisa Gonzalez, the protege of former President Rafael Correa, is in focus. Okay, we're going to take a short break now, but we'll be back. Stay with us.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. Let's continue with Express News. As northern India is gripped in the midst of a cold wave, rain has lashed parts of the national capital, Delhi, on Monday morning. The India Meteorological Department has predicted light to moderate rainfall accompanied by thunderstorms. This is along with dense fog and is going to go on till the 9th of January. That's what they say. And the weather in northern Indian state of Himachal Pradesh is set to change from Monday onwards. The State Meteorological Department has issued an orange alert for heavy snowfall. This is till the 7th of January. The Kashmir Valley experienced fresh snowfall on Sunday, while the dense fog earlier in the day hit air travel and traffic, leaving all flights to the Srinagar International Airport cancelled. A winter storm brought snow, ice and freezing temperatures to a broad swathe of the United States, with some 60 million people across more than a dozen states from Kansas to New Jersey under winter weather warnings and advisories. The storm was moving towards the mid-Atlantic, where Washington, D.C. was bracing for heavy snow and bitter cold on Monday. Indiana's first snowstorm of the year brought heavy snow across the state, rendering its cities in a white landscape. Hundreds of schools announced in advance that they would not open on Monday because of the storm, including public schools. This is in Indianapolis, as well as Cincinnati and Washington and Philadelphia. Heavy snow left a white sheet over some parts of Ireland. This is the southern parts during heavy snowfall overnight through the day. The southern parts of Ireland, tens of thousands of homes are without power. Many schools are expected to shut on Monday, and the country remains in the grip of icy weather. With just a week left before the start of the Mahakumbh Mela in Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj, authorities have put in place a set of security measures, including automatic number plate recognition technology, as millions of people are expected to throng the holy city. The Mahakumbh is being celebrated after 12 years, and a huge turnout of devotees is expected in Prayagraj from January 13 to February 26. With the deployment of thousands of AI-powered CCTVs, underwater drones, and state-of-the-art facilities for visitors and devotees, the state government and administration are ready for the Grand Mela. In view of the safety of devotees in Mahakumbh, a large number of Jal Police or Water Police personnel, they've also been deployed in the Ganga and Yamuna rivers. Ganga Aarti was performed by women at the Sangam on Sunday. It was captured through stunning drone visuals, and the Mahakumbh Mela is the world's largest public gathering, a collective act of faith. Thousands of devotees across the world celebrate the 358th birth anniversary of Guru Gobind Singh. He's the 10th Sikh Guru and one of the most revered leaders of Sikhism. The Toda tribal community in Tamil Nadu, which is the Indian southern state, they celebrated their traditional New Year, and members of the community offered special prayers and performed a traditional dance on the occasion. They live close to Ooty. Under a highway overpass, hundreds of Brazilians gather to enjoy the rhythm of charme, which is a black-rooted rhythm, and it's born as a homage to soul, funk and rhythm and blues. The Brazilian dancers have been swaying since 1990 under the Negra de Lima viaduct, which is in Madureira neighborhood, and they like this rhythm born in the 1970s, in which it translates into English as charm, actually, charm. Madrid streets were alive with the color and joy as Melchior, Gaspar and Balthazar made their grand entrance in the much anticipated annual Three Kings Parade. Thousands of spectators, including cheering children, lined the route to the Spanish capital, eagerly awaiting for the kings to see them and to wave to them. Inspired by Rio de Janeiro's famous Christ the Redeemer statue, a 3D printed Cristo Piazza monument. It was recently unveiled in Colombia's popular Comuna 13 neighborhood, where it attracted hundreds of tourists. The Paisa monument, it was created by Jemison Restrepo, but its design and construction involved more than 40 local artists and engineers. CES, the annual technology extravaganza hosted by the Consumer Technology Association, CTA, kicks off the new year with over 150,000 industry attendees and 4,000 exhibitors converging in Las Vegas. A month-long colorful flower festival kicked off at the Chattogram DC Park, which is in Podharat area. A colorful flower festival introduces a unique floating flower garden alongside a traditional rural fair where visitors can purchase flowers from designated stalls. The 12-year-old Lachlan Rakovales has entered the Guinness Book of World Records for the most pogo stick jumps in a minute. After months of preparation, Lachlan Rakovales beat the under-16 record by jumping 187 times in a minute. Around 600 volunteers, including locals, hotel staff and tourists, gathered on beaches in Bali to clean up massive plastic waste washed ashore by monsoon rains. The cleanup was organized by the Indonesian government, with foreigners and locals pitching in. Squid Game, the globally popular series that captured audiences in 2012, is making its return with Season 3. Netflix released the teaser or the trailer for Squid Game 3. The trailer shows contestants seeing the deadly red light, green light doll, Young Hee, before introducing the boy equivalent to the doll Chusu. The comic actor Rowan Atkinson, known for his roles in Blackadder and Mr. Bean, he's now 70. He's turned 70 today. Born in 1955 in Consett, which is in northeast England, the actor, writer and producer began his television career in 1979, starring in the Secret Policeman's Ball and Not the 9 O'Clock News. Historical drama Shotgun took the spotlight at the Golden Globe Awards, grabbing the top prize for Best Television Drama alongside Gongs. This is for its cast. And in the Hockey India League, Surma Hockey Club secured a hard-fought 4-3 win over Vedanta Kalinga Lancers in Rourkela on Sunday. In the second game of the day, the Tamil Nadu Dragons notched up a 2-0 win over the UP Rudras at the Birsa Munda Stadium. Surma Hockey Club will face Delhi SG Pipers at the Birsa Munda Stadium in Rourkela on Monday. Indian all-rounder Rishi Dhawan has announced that he's retiring from limited overs cricket. Dhawan played 3 ODIs and 1 T20 international for the men in blue. India announced its 15-member women's squad for the upcoming ODI series against Ireland. Captain Harmanpreet Kaur and the fast bowler Renuka Singh Thakur have been rested. Afghanistan has won a test series 1-0 against Zimbabwe at the Queen's Sports Club on Monday. The visitors won the second test after the first match was drawn. In squash, India's Anahat Singh stormed into the finals of the British Junior Open at Birmingham in England. She defeated Rakhaya Salim of Egypt 3-1 in the semi-finals. Manchester United ended their 4-game losing streak by holding Liverpool to a thrilling 2-2 draw at Anfield. Paris Saint-Germain lifted the French Super Cup trophy for the third consecutive season, defeating AS Monaco 1-0 in the title clash. Indonesia sacked its national soccer coach Shin Tae-yong, citing the need for better leadership ahead of the 2026 World Cup. The United States of America has lifted the United Cup title. They beat Poland 2-0 in the final on Sunday. The world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka, defeated Russia's Polina Kudermetova and claimed the Brisbane International title. Chiri Leheka has clinched the second ATP Tour title at Brisbane International after Riley Opelka retired early in the first set because of an injury. The Wimbledon champion Barbara Krajcikova has been ruled out of the Australian Open because of a back injury. Hideki Matsuyama broke the 72-hole PGA Tour scoring record and won the Century Tournament. Matsuyama captured the 20th world title and the 11th PGA Tour victory of his career. That's all we have in Express News. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.